Hello YouTube, this is RascalRyan521 here, and today I'm going to be bringing you a very, very awesome video. And today this is my video on my custom LEGO Sons of Anarchy minifigures. And Sons of Anarchy, to break it down for you, is basically a show about our main character named Jax, you know, the VP of the Sons of Anarchy motorcycle club. And he just had a son that was born, and you know, he's basically trying to find a healthy balance between his club life and his family life. And he's also trying to bring the club back to the way his father envisioned it to be. He's trying to, you know, get power over the club, kind of take over from Clay, his stepdad, the current leader of the club, the current president, you know, because he's dealing guns, he's getting into the drug business, you know, and Jax doesn't want it to be like that. So, yeah, very, very awesome show, airs on FX, check it out. Also, big spoiler alert, there's going to be a lot of spoilers revealed in this video, so watch at your own risk. But anyway, let's get started right away with the minifigures. So if I just move all of our guys out of the background. Quick one I want to show you guys. I built the Reaper, the logo of the show. And he's basically just a regular Lego skeleton with a black hood and cloak. And in the logo he's holding like an automatic weapon with a scythe, or scythe, however you want to pronounce it, at the end of it. So that's kind of what I'm trying to represent with that rifle piece and that blade right there. And then in his other hand, it's supposed to be, he holds this like, the Reaper, he holds like an 8-ball type of thing in his other hand, and it's got like a bloody A carved into it, you know, for Anarchy. And then I've also just got these little black clip pieces at the bottom right here, pretty hard to see. But that's kind of, instead of giving him legs, I just kind of clipped some black bricks onto the bottom so it'll stay, you know, on a flat surface. So we're going to start off with Jax, obviously our main character. We've got a lot of minifigs to show, so this might be a little bit of a longer video. So Jax right here, he's got the mutt torso from Indiana Jones, regular biker pants from the minifigure series, the brick arms pistol. I don't know their exact weapons, I don't know the names of all these weapons. I try to give them all a pistol-looking weapon, because that's usually what they carry around. Even though they deal big guns and AK-47s, most of the time they just carry around their own little pistols. Small, effective though. But basically, oh, come on, Jax, don't... Come on, there we go. And he's got the hair from the minifigure series, and then a regular head from Prince of Persia. And then he's got the Reaper, the logo printed on his back using a decal. So that's Jax Teller. Next we're gonna show my favorite character from the whole show, and this is Chibs, regular member of the Sons for the beginning of the show. Sergeant at Arms in season 5 after Jax becomes president, and after Bobby resigns from the VP position at the end of season 5, Chibs takes over vice president. So here's Chibs. Like I said, my favorite character, because he's this really cool Irish biker. I mean, you gotta love him. He's just so awesome. He's got this really cool voice that you have to turn on the subtitles to understand what the heck he's saying. But he's just really cool. He's one of the best characters in the whole show. I really hope he makes it to the end. Final season's already halfway over. Really sad about that. But basically, you know, pretty simple minifigure. He's one of the few I decided not to print a front decal on, because I thought that torso piece kind of worked well with him, you know, with the hairy chest and everything. And then biker pants again. Cool brick arms pistol. I would have liked to draw the sunglasses and the goatee on him, but I tried, it just didn't look good, so I just decided to keep his face the same. And then also, as many of these characters do, he has the Sam Crow logo printed on the back of him. Next, we're gonna show Bobby. And Bobby is a very cool character. I wish I could have printed the beer gut on him. He's got a big belly in the show. I don't really necessarily know how to represent that. But, you know, well, he's also got, like, the long beard, and the long hair in the show. So that's kind of, why I put on this, like, Dumbledore beard and get up on him. It looks pretty cool though. Just a basic Lego face. His normal cut is made out of, it isn't made out of leather like the Sons usually wear. It's actually made out of more of he kind of has like the jean jacket type of thing in a way. I don't really know how to describe it. You know, it's kind of like made out of this jean material. But, I did my best to represent that. And, he's got, light gray sleeves. And then he's just got regular, are those light, or are those dark blue? I can't tell. Yeah, those are dark blue pants. And in the back of him, I didn't print the Reaper, because I like that Skull and Bones piece, or the old thing that's printed on there. Next up, we're gonna show Happy. He's kind of the crazy guy of the group. I think current Sergeant at Arms, where the show is at right now. And he looks really cool. He's got the Mandalorian face because he kind of has that crazy look about him in the show. And I did the same thing for Juice that I did on him. When I was... Here, I'll just keep my hand back here because it's keep fading out. When I was cutting out the decals, I wanted to show that he had a white shirt underneath because that's how he looks in the show. He kind of wears white a lot, like just white t-shirts. And I left a little bit of the paper piece underneath it to look like he's wearing like a white t-shirt underneath the cut and underneath that blue shirt. So I thought that was a cool little idea. He looks really cool. You know, jeans, regular brick arms, pistol, and the Reaper. Next we're going to show Opie. Very unfortunate about Opie's death. He died back in Season 5, back in prison. If you remember, those two guys were able to overpower him, and they beat him in the back of the head with that crowbar. Because remember, Damon Pope, to get revenge on his daughter's death, that Tig caused, that Tig ran over, he had made one of the sons make a sacrifice in prison, and Opie was that sacrifice. Very sad, because he was one of the coolest characters, one of the most relatable, I guess you could say, just because he was kind of the coolest guy of the group, I guess, like, you know, the least damaged, the least crazy of the sons, I would say. But he's got, you know, the mud decal on him. I gave him a baseball bat, because I noticed he carries a lot of those around, plus I was running low on regular, like, brick arms pistols. I had a lot more of the bigger weapons, but they don't carry a lot of those in the show, so. And then Lupin's face, long brown hair. And even though you can't really see it, I do have the Sam Crow logo. Oops. I do have the Sam Crow logo printed on his back. Next, I'm going to show who you could argue is the other main character of this show, other than Jax, and that is Gemma. This is Jax's mom in the show, and the one that everybody hates right now, because big spoiler alert, she is the one that kills Tara, Jax's wife, because basically she thought, if you watch the show, remember she thought that Tara was making the deal with the feds against him, to get, because basically at the end of season 6, Tara had been trying to take Jack's sons and get out of Charming, get away from the sons, you know, start a new life, because she thought that, you know, it was too dangerous of a life for the kids to grow up in. And Jax had been disagreeing with her, but finally in the season finale, he's like, you know what, you're right, get them out of here. This is not a safe life for them. But Gemma, and Jax was basically going to turn himself in at that point too. But Gemma didn't know that Jax was in on the deal, and she heard from Unser that she just made the deal without, you know, Jax's consent. So basically she was turning Jax in, her son. She's very protective of Jax, and she'll do anything for her family. So of course she goes, confronts Tara at the house, ends up drowning her in the sink and stabbing her with a pitchfork, or not a pitchfork, like one of those forks you use to hold the turkey in place when you're carving it. And that's when Juice comes in and shoots the sheriff, and that's kind of why they're both working together for the first half of season 7. But I gave her this small little pistol, because if you remember, she has a shoebox in her house filled with a lot of tiny little, you know, handheld weapons. She wears a lot of leather, So I gave her this little, I gave her Bellatrix's uniform to kind of represent, you know, the leather clothing she wears. I gave her Narcissa Malfoy's hair, 'cause she kind of has, like, the blonde streaks, in the show. And then that other face from Harry Potter, I think that's one of the teachers, can't remember who. So Gemma, cool character, cool minifigure, very hateable character, too. Next up we have Tig. Tig, kind of the crazy guy of the group, but very cool. Pretty basic minifigure, not much to say about him. I think, if I remember, he was the Sergeant at Arms for, which is basically third in command, I think. Sergeant at Arms for the first 4 seasons, before Chibs took over, and then Happy took over the position. But, Tig, he's got, you know, the goatee, and then he's got, like, you know, like the long black hair. I didn't really know how to represent the curly hair that he has in the show, so I just used that long black hair for it. He's got the same torso as Chibs does. I thought that torso went kind of well with him, so we just got that. Black legs, and then Sam Crow logo printed on the back. Next up, we're going to look at Tara. Tara is Jax's wife, girlfriend for the first few seasons, becomes his wife in season 4 or 5, I think. And she's got this torso from the minifigure series. I was very lucky to find, it's kind of hard to tell, but I found a torso that actually says Tara on it, and she is a nurse, so it does kind of make sense that she would have a name tag. And then she wears a lot of you know, sleeveless shirts, so that's why she's got her arms sticking out. She got a needle because, like I said, she is a nurse, or a doctor. I mean, like a surgeon. Light gray legs, long black hair, and then just a regular female face. And if I can find it, if I just take her out really quick, I do also have the scientist uniform from the minifigure series, so you can also kind of put her in her doctor uniform, although I like her casual clothing a lot better. So next we're going to look at Juice. Juice, as you know, the one that kind of betrayed the Sons, or at least Jax thinks he betrayed the Sons, ends up shooting the sheriff in the season 6 finale, became a very broken character. But, you know, he looks like, in the preview for the next episode, it looks like he might be working with Jax again. It looks like Jax was giving him his cut back in the preview, so they might be cool. I did the same thing, like I said, I did with Happy. I kind of left a little bit of white from the paper underneath, so it looks like he's got the white undershirt. Jeans, he's got the pistol with the silencer on it. And then the Sam Crow logo on the back. And if you remember, Juice was kind of at odds with the Sons because Jax thought he betrayed them. Because remember when Juice OD'd, he was trying to, you know, kill himself. He revealed to Nero that he was the one that killed Darvany, and Jax didn't know he OD'd, so Jax thought he was ratting on him, you know, which you never do on a brother. That's what got Opie's wife killed in season 1, because they thought Opie was ratting. That's what the kind of cops were making it look like, that Opie was ratting, and when Tig and Clay were making a plan behind their backs, the Sons' backs, to kill Opie, they ended up accidentally shooting his wife. Speaking of whom, next we have one of my favorite characters in the whole show, Clay, played by the legendary actor Ron Perlman. He played Hellboy. If you've ever seen that movie, I haven't. I just know he's in that movie. I don't really know what else he's in, but basically, he's got, you know, pretty basic face and hair. You know, just like kind of like this old style, you know, like pulled back gray hair, and then mustache face. He's kind of got more of a goatee in the show, but this works. I wish I had he wears a lot of shirts that reveal his muscles, so I wish I kind of had a shirt like they did with the Simpsons minifigures, where half of it is, you know, the sleeves and the other half shows their arms. I would really like if they would have had a piece like that in skin color. He's got a regular brick arms pistol, probably the coolest one out of the bundle of them that I got. And then Sam Crow logo printed on his back. So very cool minifigure. As I've said before, the president of the club at the very beginning. Let's see, who haven't you seen? Let's go up to another one of my favorite characters of the whole show, Nero, played by Jimmy Smits. And if you don't know what that is, I know a lot of my regular watchers like Star Wars. He played Bail Organa in Star Wars, and he plays a gangbanger in this show, or a former gangbanger that runs a brothel. Very different role, I know. But he's got a regular cardigan, kind of like he wears a lot in the show. Light gray legs, black hair, regular head. I think that's like the third or fourth minifigure I have with that same head in this bundle of minifigs. Baseball bat, and yeah, 'cause he doesn't really carry around a lot of weapons. As I said, he runs the brothel. He doesn't really do a lot of... He kind of gets involved with the Mayans in Season 7. I think maybe Season 6, too. But for the most part, he's kind of in the show because he has a romance with Gemma going, after Clay beats Gemma, and they're no longer together. But he is a very, very cool character. Definitely one of my favorites from the show. So next, I'm gonna show you... Let's see, who should I show you next? I think I'm gonna show you guys Unser. Unser, right here. Whoops. Unser is, as you know, the former sheriff in town. But once Hale becomes the mayor, they get rid of Charming PD. So he can no longer, so he's pretty much just a friend and ally of the Sons after that. He's kind of a crooked cop, so he was always kind of an ally with them. And he's got a regular sweater, like I said, same generic face I use on a lot of these guys. And then jeans, probably the worst of all these minifigures. And then, just back printing, from the regular torso, nothing I added. But yeah, he does kind of help, Tara with her plans to get the boys out of Charming in Season 6, and he also does help Gemma get Juice out of town in Season 7. Next up, let's see, there's only 3 left to show. Next up, the comical character of the show, Chucky. He basically, he kind of does a lot of the, he just kind of works for the Sons in a way. He does like a lot of, the business stuff. Chucky, well, how do I put this? For you younger viewers, you won't understand this. Chucky has OMD, a disease. He has obsessive masturbation disorder. So when they traded him to the Chinese, back in Season 1, they got him back in Season 2, and they kind of, he kind of works for them up till then, but they basically cut off all of his fingers except his thumb, so he couldn't do it anymore, because he was constantly had his hand down his pants. So Gemma, later on, like Season 4, Season 5, bought him these prosthetic white hands, like, these, like, just regular, plastic. It could be mechanical, I'm not sure, but that's what he is, and he's just got, like a regular torso and everything, keys, because he kind of, runs TM almost with Clay and Gemma. And then regular back printing right there. Or actually, no back printing, sorry. And then kind of the goatee that he has in the show that kind of goes up to his hair, which is weird because he doesn't have any hair. Next, I'm going to show you one of the coolest characters of the show. And this is Piney, Opie's father. He's got this little piece to resemble the oxygen tank he carries around. Just because, he's older, so, he kind of has an oxygen tank hooked up to his nose. And he's basically, like I say, he's Opie's father. Back in Season 4, Clay kills him because when they left Belfast in Ireland, this woman that Jack's dad was having an affair with slipped some letters that his dad wrote to this woman that he was having the affair with into Jack's things, so you could see what his father was really like. But Clay was worried that that might reveal the truth, that Clay was the one that schemed with Gemma to kill Jack's father. And if Jack's found that, they would, have a club vote and it would be unanimous. Clay would be voted out and possibly even killed. Or he would meet Mr. Mayhem, as they would say. So basically, Jax confronts Piney about it, and Piney denies, and he said, you know, he's kind of threatening him with these letters. You know, he's going to turn him into the club if they don't get out of the drug business, which is what Piney really wants, because he was one of the original 9 with Jax's father, and he doesn't want to see the club heading in this direction. So he's saying, you know, if you don't get out of the drug business, you know, I'm turning these letters into Jax, and I am going to end you, basically. So he goes over, he confronts him at his house, and when he denies having any involvement with the letters or giving them to Jax at all, he thinks he's lying, and Clay shoots him in the chest. And that's what leads to Opie going and shooting Clay in the season 4 finale, which is where this song is actually played when Jax becomes president. And he's just got his regular shotgun, the one that Clay picks up to shoot him in the chest with. So there's Piney. And last but certainly not least, a very simple minifigure I built is, this is Sheriff Roosevelt. I just had this I had this face lying around just because I just did a big minifigure trade with my friend. And I had the sheriff torso from one of the city sets lying around, so I decided to, you know, put that in here. I decided to give him that. And he's basically the sheriff of the town from seasons 4 to the end of 6. After he gets killed by Juice, when he walks in on Gemma, right after she gets done killing Tara. So, basically, you know, he's kind of out of the show after that, obviously, because he's dead. But he's just a very, kind of a minor character, but like I said, I had the pieces, so I figured, you know, I might as well build him. But still, cool guy. He was kind of using Juice to get intel on the Suns. You know, and he kind of wanted to, you know, take the Suns down, and he was threatening Juice with the fact that his dad was black, because I don't think they allow black people, or, you know, like African American people in the Suns. I mean, that was kind of one of the ancient rules. I don't know why, but it just was. But then again, when he tells everybody, when the secret gets out, nobody really cares. Nobody kicks him out of the club, so I guess it's not that big a deal anymore. I think that was just one of the ancient rules that nobody cares about anymore. So that's him. Cool character, and then just regular back printing from that torso. And then Indiana Jones belt. Kind of weird he has 2 belts on, but, you know, well. He's a sheriff, he's got a lot of stuff to carry around. The one character I would have loved to make is Otto. The show's creator actually plays him, Kurt Sutter. Does an amazing job. It's like the Sun's member in prison. He's completely insane. He's in prison for the whole show until his unfortunate death in season 6. Like early on in season 6. But I really would have liked to make him, but obviously, as I said, I think in a previous video, well, I don't know if I actually mentioned this or not, I don't know where to get a Lego orange jumpsuit piece, which is what obviously he's in prison, this is what he wears. So I don't know where to get my hands on one of those pieces unless I buy the Arkham Asylum set. But I'm not going to buy that whole set just for one torso. I might just maybe buy the torso off eBay. Or if anybody's interested in selling it, if they have that set, let me know. I'll build him, and I'll give you a shout out if I show him in a future video. So thanks for watching, guys, and really watch the show. Season 7's already halfway over. Final season's getting really good, really awesome. A lot of crap's going down. Stuff's hitting the fan, I'm telling you. So, thanks for watching, guys. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I will see you later.